Hello, Taurus. How are you? I'm Alex Faircrest, and I'm here to do your April 2019 monthly reading. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Also Venus. I'm working on it. You must be quite excited now that your birthday season is drawing near. Goodness gracious. All right. We're doing a Celtic cross today. Obviously, keep in mind it is, as we say, a general reading, so it probably isn't going to resonate with everyone. I do hope it resonates, but if it doesn't, feel free to check out your other signs. You can check out your Sun, your Moon, your Rising, your Venus. So hopefully something will, that's too many, something will resonate with you. I've messed this up again, hold on, that goes over. I'm so distracted today. My goodness. All right. You must also very much be feeling the effects of Uranus in your sign. I mean, I think we're all feeling it, but I can't possibly imagine how much you are. And for 7 years on top. Oof. All right. I think it's going to bring wonderful opportunities. Let's see. So, it looks like you've got a bit of conflicting energy in your life, Taurus. I see good, I see bad. Ooh, I see good. Can't tell yet exactly what it is, whether it's romantic or career. Let's continue, huh? Right, let's see. See, you've got the 7 of Wands in your first card. Now, the 7 of Wands, honestly, it can be a lot of fighting, you know. Sometimes it can be feeling a bit paranoid, as if everyone is kind of out to get you. But, you know, just because, I love that phrase, you know, just because I'm paranoid doesn't mean that everyone isn't out to get me. You know, it's possible. So you might be feeling a bit of animosity there, maybe in the workplace, maybe in your family. If you're not, then fantastic. Maybe it's a bit of conflict within yourself. But it is crossed by the star, right? We have the star here. And the star is very much about wish fulfillment. Very much, it does have to do with balance too. You know, the star is always kind of pouring water both on the ground and in the lake or in the river or wherever she is. So it's wonderful. It looks like something good is coming for you in all this. Goodness, these are too many. I'd like one at a time, please. All right, there we go. Oh, the Lovers. Okay. I do see some cups here too. It could potentially be a romantic reading. Let's see if we can finish this up. All right. So it looks like all of this conflict is going to bring something good around anyway. So do survive through it, because it looks like it's going to get much better. All right. In your past influence, you have the Ace of Swords. So it looks like maybe you got a new start in something. Something powerful in essence. The Aces are all about new starts. You might have had to change something, maybe a new job. I mean, it could be a new relationship, maybe with an air sign. It's possible. So what are the air signs? Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Could very well be. Because I do see a lot of happiness here too, another one. The 10 of Cups here we have in your past influences. So it looks like you've been quite happy lately. Maybe you're having really good times with the family, so maybe that's not where the conflict is coming from. Maybe you've been very happy with your family, very stable, always good. Again, that's too many. All right, look, deck, we just need 2 more. Maybe make it clear for the Tauruses, because then you can clarify if I need to. But we just need 2 cards. Sorry, they're not behaving very well. Okay, well, look, 2 cards. All right, wonderful. So, ooh, look at this underlying energy, the sun. Well, I mean, it's spring now, right? Well, at least here in the northern hemisphere. It's spring, the sun is coming, it's all bright and happy. Now, the sun is potentially the best card you could get. So that's wonderful energy here. Obviously, it doesn't mean it's perfect. It doesn't mean everything is fine and dandy like cotton candy, but it's definitely a great energy to have there. All right, let's see. In your future influence, I see the 5 of Cups, right? Now, the 5 of Cups is very much about, well, kind of feeling really distraught over the loss of something. Sometimes people call it the crying over spilt milk card. As you can see, the girl is really upset about these 3 cups that have fallen, so much that she's ignoring the 2 behind her. Obviously, I mean, we'd rather have 5 cups than just 2, but sometimes we feel like we only had those 3 cups. We don't realize we have 2 more. You might be pretty upset about something. It's something emotional, most likely. This could be romantic. All right. But usually, the 5 of Cups also represents the hope of seeing that in the back, you know, having more come. So, I mean, I know it's difficult advice, but try not to mourn those 3 cups too much because, you know, I mean, you had 10. Don't worry about 3. You can always get more. All right. I see good connections in the future. We have the Lovers. Now, the Lovers, sometimes it's not about romantic relationships. I'm just going to put it out there. The Lovers, it can signify a choice. So out of 2 choices, you have to choose one. It could signify any type of love. So it doesn't have to be romantic. It could be brotherly. It could be of the family. It could even be a business partnership in essence. But I always like interpreting it as a romantic card too. And judging by the cups here so far, I would go so far as to say it. It's looking good if it's for romantic life. Definitely having the Lovers in your future. That's fantastic. All right, let's see if I can show you the rest. All right, so you see yourself as the Ace of Wands. This is great because you also had the Ace of Swords. Lots of aces here, lots of new beginnings, really things setting into motion. This is wonderful. Maybe also after the Mercury retrograde, now that it's over, maybe you're really feeling reared up and ready to go. The Ace of Wands is a new beginning, usually something creative or passionate. It could have to do with either work, because despite their creativity, the wands can mean work as well. But in any case, it could mean anything. It could be a passionate beginning. It could have to do with these Lovers. This would be fantastic. I mean, the Ace of Wands and the Lovers. That could mean the beginning of a very passionate, very loving relationship. Maybe with a fire sign, it's possible. So the fire signs are Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. If you're dealing with one of those, then it looks really good. If not, don't worry, because I mean, it doesn't. Anyone can embody any card. It's not really set in stone. All right. Here you have the 2 of Wands. So the 2 of Wands is all about thinking, planning your next step. At this time, people see you very thoughtful. This is great, you know. I think you're really thinking about what you want. Maybe you finally had some time to kind of stop, breathe, and consider what you really want. Maybe life has slowed down a little. Maybe it's stabilized. since Uranus got out of Aries. We all know Aries is super dynamic. They love to move. Tauruses are a lot more stable. They like to be in peace. They like to be grounded. They don't like big surprises. They don't like big changes. And now I feel like it's slowing down for you, and you can finally kind of sit down and think and enjoy life a little more. Plan your next step in advance. That's fantastic. And yes, it looks like, at least in the finances department too, this is Earth energy, Pentacles. It represents you. So this is the Ace of Pentacles in your hopes or fears position. Obviously, because it's good, I wouldn't say that it's fears. You're hoping to start something new, maybe financially. Or, I mean, if it's in relationship, maybe you're looking to start something new with an Earth sign. So that's you, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. You could be going into a relationship or into business with any of these signs, potentially. All right. And actually, you've got 3 aces, I've just noticed too. The Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. This is such a time for new beginnings for you. I mean, now in Aries season, we've kind of just entered it recently. It's about 1/3 of the way through. But it marks the start of the new astrological year, right? The new zodiac year. So even though the new year was actually like 3 months ago, in reality, we're also starting a zodiacal new year now. And we're about to enter your birthday season too in about 20 days. So, I mean, cherish these new beginnings massively. It looks like big things are happening. I can't wait to see your May reading as well, because I want to see how much these new beginnings develop. It looks like you have new beginnings in finance, new beginnings in creativity or passion, new beginnings in information, clarity, also to do with jobs. Powerful changes here, I see. This is wonderful. And your final outcome, we have the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles, all pages tend to be messengers. And the Page of Pentacles, obviously he could bring you a message about money. Maybe this new financial beginning you're hoping for is really going to take off quite well. You should get some news about money this month. I'm sensing it's going to be good because there are no bad cards near here. And on top, I mean, it's kind of paired with the Ace of Pentacles. So it's a new beginning and you're going to get a message about it. That's wonderful. I love this reading, Taurus. I love it. It looks good for money. It looks good for romance. And the Celtic Cross has managed to mix all of those aspects here. It looks like you fought for so long against so much, against coworkers, against family, against changes, bad changes, ugly changes maybe, ugly things. You fought for so long, but now I feel that your wishes are coming true, one at a time, slowly. The star is here to make sure. She's here to make sure of that. So try not to look at anything you've lost through any of these changes. Try not to look at that because you're going to gain more. Naturally, I don't like the 5 of Cups card because they tell you, oh, don't care about those 3 cups. You've got 2 more. Yeah, but like, I'd rather have 3 than 2, right? Obviously. So I don't take it like, you know, be happy with 2 cups and don't victimize. It's not like that. For me, it's more like you've got 2, but you can get more. You can get so much more. You can get 10. You can become a Queen of Cups. So don't look at what you've lost because all of these changes, these 3 aces together, my God, all you need is the Ace of Cups and you'll be raring to go. But this is enough now. I mean, we as Tauruses, we still don't love change. So that's enough for now. 3 massive changes. I'm happy with that. Fantastic. Okay, Taurus, let's pull you some oracle cards. So I have 3 different types. I use the Romance Angels, the Goddess deck, and the I Ching. So for those of you who are interested in romance, let's start with the romance angels. Now do excuse me because sometimes I have some trouble with this deck. I don't know why, but it doesn't communicate with me very well. I think it doesn't like me very much. So if it doesn't resonate, I'm sorry. A lot of the time, the romance angels don't resonate with me. I mean, it could be because I have no romantic life. But let's see. All right, so, interesting. Right, and I'm also going to apply these to business sides as well. So if you're not interested in romance, these can still apply to you. These messages find who they're meant to find. So, but if you're not interested in oracle cards or if you're not interested in romance, feel free to sign off. All right, what do we have here? Oh gosh, okay, you got 5 cards. That's so much. All right, well, anyway, let's take a look at them. All right, first of all, you'll have to excuse me because I'm in Barcelona at the moment and all of my tarot and oracle cards are in Spanish, but I can translate for you. See, it says, regard your romantic life with optimism. Positive thinking and faith will bring you love. All right, so if you're feeling a bit down, if you're feeling a bit 5 of Cups about your romance, don't. Be optimistic. Big changes are coming, big changes, like the Ace of Wands. That could be a very, very passionate beginning, especially with the lovers here. So, be optimistic because it's coming. You also have an open heart to heart. Speak sincerely of your feelings with your partner. So for those of you who are not single, if you've been feeling a bit flat in your relationship, do let your partner know. Don't be aggressive or anything. But not that you are. I mean, Tauruses are not aggressive at all. But speak about it. Don't be afraid to let those feelings out. More often than not, it can work out very well. Even if you are single, maybe it's time to start speaking about your feelings. Let's hope. All right, we've got open your mind. It's possible that your twin flame or that your soulmate is different from the type of person that you're expecting to meet. All right, so if you're single, look elsewhere. Look at the unusual types. I mean, this is such a time for new beginnings, as I said. Hi there, sorry, it just got cut off a little bit. So I was saying, it's such a time for new beginnings. You've got, I mean, honestly, with the new year, but you've got the 3 aces, that's huge. So don't be afraid to kind of expand and look at different things. If you're unsure about something because you think, nah, it's not really my thing, it could be your thing. It could really be your thing, and you just don't know it. You could discover a new talent. Maybe that's what the Ace of Wands is about. Maybe you're really good at something and you'd never realized. So just think about it. Okay, you've got, now they say engagement. It's not always about an engagement, but they say that your love life is reaching a higher level of engagement. So things are getting serious. Whether you're single or taken, there are changes coming in your love life. Things are getting more serious. Maybe you're getting more serious about what you want. Maybe someone is getting more serious about you. And they haven't told you, but they're feeling that way. You know how the people are sometimes. They don't want to say anything. And it's terrible because, we're there thinking that nobody cares. But they really, really do. They care so much that they're too stopped to say anything in case they ruin it. So, as they said, be very optimistic about that. Be optimistic because it's coming. It's coming and I'm so excited about it. I can't wait to see your next reading. I want to see how all of these changes materialize. All right, and what do we have here? Cheekiness, right? So they say, let the cheeky and juvenile spirit that you have inside manifest. come out so that you can find love. So, you know, Taurus, it's time to be cheeky. It's time to be a cheeky monkey. Be happy, you know, be spontaneous, flirt. I know earth signs tend to be very serious about flirting. They don't want to, they don't want to give the wrong idea to people. They don't want to mislead people. But you know, there's nothing wrong with a bit of flirting, and you Tauruses are so good at it. You're so earthy, you're so sensual. You are ruled by Venus, by the physical day side of Venus. So you're so good at that, you know? You can have anyone you want if you just flirt a little bit. You know, you and Libra are both ruled by Venus, but Libra's Venus is a little more mental. It's the night aspect, I think? Or the day aspect? Oh, sorry, I get confused. But, no, it's the night aspect. You are the more sensual part of Venus. I mean, not that Libras aren't sensual, they're super flirty, they're wonderful, but you guys have got it. So, you know, feel free to experiment. Look around. Don't settle for the first thing. All right, we're going to pull some goddess cards. I find these are really good for guidance, and not only for guidance, but also for messages, for things to come. The goddesses are great for this. All right. Even if you're a guy, if you are a guy, don't be put off by the goddesses. A lot of ancient Greek heroes got help from goddesses. There's nothing weird about it. They're more powerful than all of us humans. Right, let's see. Can we get any messages from the goddess deck for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising 2019 for April, please? Right, the goddesses don't want to talk. Looks like they're having a little debate over another golden apple or something. All right, well, I'm going to start pulling. I get impatient. 1, 2, 3. All right, we have 1, 2, 3. Oh, there we go. Wow, Taurus. All right, this is awesome. Let me go through it one at a time. Right, you have Aine. This is the leap of faith, right? It's a little bit like the Fool in the Tarot. If you see the Fool, he's always like jumping off a cliff. Well, kind of stepping off a cliff. It's like he doesn't notice the cliff is there, but he's still happy to go over. It's a leap of faith, right? It says, take the risk and reach for the real wishes of your heart. For your heart's desire, you know, go for it. Go for it. If you've got a wonderful idea for a business, if you've got a wonderful idea for a new job, if you love someone, or if you have a crush, go for it. You know, this is a wonderful time to do those impossible things. It's a wonderful time. Don't be afraid of it. The stars are aligned for you. Fortune smiles upon you. You've got great beginnings. Use them wisely. This is a perfect time for it. And it says it here too. This is Mother Mary. Expect a miracle. It says, have faith that your prayers have been listened to and they are being answered. Your prayers are being answered, whether you're religious or not. This is not about religion. Mother Mary represents a goddess just like any of the Greek ones, Haitian, you know, Aztec. It can be anything. So she's seen as another type of pagan goddess in this case. And if you are religious, definitely, then it's like Mother Mary. She's taking care of you. She's listening to you. Expect a miracle. I love this card. Expect a miracle. It's not just, oh, you know, yeah, she'll be right. Everything will be fine. No, this is expect a miracle. Something amazing is going to happen. And didn't I say it? 3 aces. Everything is coming together, Taurus. I'm so excited. All right, and you've got conventina, purification. It's time to start a detox and a cleaning of the body and the mind. All right, so it is a good time too to start any new health regimes that we might have. So if you've been looking to work out and you felt like you failed on your New Year resolutions, for example, this is a wonderful time. It's the start of a new astrological year, an astrological new year. So you haven't failed at all in this. You still have time. Plus, you can begin whenever you want. But like for example, my one of my family members is a Taurus, and I believe we're starting a diet now in April, a special new one. So, for example, this is a good example of a detox. But it could be a detox of anything. It doesn't need to be food. You don't need to start working out. It could be simple things. Anything that makes you comfortable, anything you want to start. Now it's a good time to do it. Fantastic. Wow, Taurus. All right. Now, I'm just going to pull some cards from my last deck. This is the I Ching deck. Now, if you don't know what I Ching is, do look it up. It's very interesting. The I Ching is one of the oldest forms of divination in the world. It comes from China, and they used to use bones or coins. And now we have handy cards, so we don't have to get all into that. But there are 64 possible combinations. And the messages are terribly metaphorical. They're very poetic. I mean, I love them. They can take some interpretation, but I find that they resonate quite well. All right, let's see. I'm going to pull two cards. One is for the current state of affairs, and the next one will be how this develops in the future. So possibly for the month of April. I'm afraid it's not always super time sensitive. All right, let's see. Can we get one more for Taurus for April? So we see how this develops. Please, I Ching. Just one more. Alright, looks like the I Ching is shy now too. I'm going to pull one, but I'll give it one more chance. 1, 2, 3. Alright. We've got 17 and 42. I believe Aries also got 42. Let's see. I'll read them to you, and then we can analyze them. All right, for 17, for the current situation, we have above is thunder and below is earth. Thunder emerges from the earth. Music inspires enthusiasm. Effective leaders do not seek to shape opinion or change minds, but rather they rouse popular sentiment into real action. Like rolling thunder, music can open a mystical gateway to emotions that draw people together with a united heart. These people then rise in enthusiasm for a cause, an undertaking, or even a war. All right. So goodness, I'm getting a lot of music from here. If you are a fan of music, use it right now. It's a wonderful time to listen to music, to heal, to be very happy about all that. All right. Music inspires enthusiasm. And then if you're trying to bring people over to your side, in essence, don't use direct force. I mean, you don't tend to anyway. Tauruses aren't like that. But, if you feel inclined to kind of strong-arm people a little, then try to find one of your more convincing and seductive ways, Taurus, because it will be vastly more effective. Fantastic. All right, and let's take a look at 42 as well. So, 42, you have thunder again. Above is wind, and below is thunder. This is, wind moves the thunder. Cooperation brings increase. The wind piles thunderclouds upon each other. increasing the storm's strength and moving it across the sky. Without the wind above, thunder's energy would dissipate. In the same way, the people are strengthened when those above act on their behalf, with no thought of their own ambition. This leads to a time of increased prosperity and progress, when difficult problems can be faced together and overcome. So it looks to me, Taurus, that you're going to have a lot of people on your side this month. And you don't have to do this all alone. You do not have to do this alone. You can definitely get people's help. People are more than willing to help you. They're very happy to. You're terribly convincing. This is wonderful. All right. I think that your wishes are coming true. It's a time for changes and very, very positive changes. So I'm going to leave you on that good note, and I'll see you next month for your May 2019 reading. Have a wonderful month, Taurus.